Hey guys, so quick update here. I want to talk about Antarctica. And if anybody is new to this channel or new to the topic itself, I'm going to try to give you an overview about why Antarctica is so important right now and what the powers that be are going to try and do. Because I came across some interesting information, interesting concepts the past couple days that I want to warn you guys about. Now, Antarctica. I'm going to do my best to lay this all out in just a couple minutes. But essentially, what's going on with Antarctica is that the powers that be have been uncovering ancient ruins there for quite a while now, about 10 to 15 years, according to Corey Goode and Wilcock and Pete Peterson and the other secret space program whistleblowers. So they are uncovering these ruins, and these ruins are very ancient, but there's also a lot of extraterrestrial technology in these ruins. So the powers that be have been uncovering it, right? And the reason that they haven't told us about it, obviously they want to keep it secret, yada yada, but what they might do is tell us about it once the mass arrests and once the trials start to occur. And what I mean by mass arrests and trials is that all the pedophilia, all the human trafficking, all that sicko stuff is getting exposed. It's getting exposed through WikiLeaks. It's getting exposed through all the independent investigators. The tower is falling, right? People are waking up. People are becoming more conscious due to the internet, due to the information sharing. So they know that their time is getting short. And they're having Antarctica as a card to play. Like I said, once those mass arrests and those trials start to occur, then they can play that card. It's going to be a big false flag. And it's going to essentially be a distraction. So, imagine seeing like the mass arrests start to occur, oh, breaking news, and then bam, disclosure of all this stuff in Antarctica. But also it's to emit a kind of like feeling within the population, the collective consciousness that, oh, we need to let these guys off easy because look what they found, look what they're trying to give us. You kind of see what I'm saying? So it's almost like I think David Wilcock called it the battered woman syndrome or something like that. Like, you beat your wife, but then you bring home flowers and chocolates later to be like, oh, I'm sorry, honey, I'm sorry for being such a shithole to you. And that's what the powers that be are going to try to do with Antarctica. But the thing is, they're going to try to pull what's called a partial disclosure. So they've been uncovering these ruins in Antarctica, but they've been taking out a lot of the stuff that links to advanced extraterrestrial technology. They've been taking out a lot of the evidence in there that links these powers that be to ancient extraterrestrial bloodlines. They're taking out all the fun stuff. So they're only going to give us a little piece of the puzzle, a little bit, right? That's the partial disclosure part of it. Imagine, if humanity found out about ancient ruins in Antarctica, they would be so swept up under it that you could literally tell them anything and they're going to believe it because many of them are so asleep. So it's very crucial for the independent investigators to tell of the true nature of Antarctica. That's why it's so important that Corey Goode, David Wilcock, and Dr. Michael Sala has been doing a bunch of great research on this stuff. It's very important to share their work, share this information, and come to terms with it, catch yourself up with it. So that's the quick overview of essentially what's going on. I hope I did okay with that. Now, the research that I found the past couple days, what they're going to try to do, in my opinion, if you look at the mainstream media reports, they've really been hammering home the concepts of Antarctica ice melting and that giant crack about to break away, right? And which is weird, the ice melting thing, because just a year ago, there was a bunch of reports by NASA, it was even on CNN, that, oh my gosh, Antarctica has so much ice, it's record ice, right? And that was a weird kind of thing that contradicted the global warming stuff, was that, okay, why is the Arctic melting, but the Antarctic not melting? But now, just a year later, if you type in Antarctica melting, you will get, like, all kinds of reports by mainstream media outlets telling you that, oh my gosh, all this ice in Antarctica is melting. Why is that? Well, what the powers that be are going to try and pull, what I want to warn you about, and what I'm thinking in my head, is that they're going to say, oh, look what this crack in the ice uncovered. Or, oh, look what all this melting let us stumble upon, right? It gives them plausible deniability. So then they can, they don't have to say, oh, we've known about that. There's been Nazi bases in Antarctica since World War II. We won't tell you about any of that stuff. But check out these ancient civilizations that we just found. Do you see what I'm saying? It's very easy to play the partial disclosure card when you have that plausible deniability. And also, there was an article, literally in the Scientific American, which is a total corporate cabal scientific news outlet. I'm going to post a picture right here, bam, video editing, of the article that came out February 22nd. And it literally says that the ionosphere is going to be heating. What does that make you think of? HAARP. Boom. HAARP's back online. Why is HAARP back online? Well, I was thinking about it. I kind of had this epiphany. I was connecting the dots. They could be turning HAARP back online to melt more of that ice in Antarctica. So they can, get that ice melting, uncover this stuff, and have that plausible deniability because these mass arrests are very close to happening, right? All of the 1,500 arrests in 3 or 4 first weeks of Trump's presidency. He just had that meeting last week about human trafficking, and I think these arrests are really going to start ramping up in the coming weeks, and some bigger names are going to get taken down. So the powers that be want to have that false flag ready. They want to have that card to be able to play when their shit starts hitting the fan. So that's what I wanted to warn you about in this video. Looks like HAARP's back online. They could be trying to melt the ice in the Antarctica to uncover it, so they can say, oh my god, look what we stumbled upon. Here you go, humanity. Let's distract you about everything else going on. So anyway, I kind of ranted there, but I hope you enjoyed that overview of what's going on, and I hope I pieced it together so it makes some type of logical sense in your brain. Very interesting stuff. And be on the lookout for many more articles regarding Antarctica in the mainstream media, trying to prep the mass consciousness for some type of disclosure. It's very interesting, folks. And this is a large topic that I'm going to keep updating you on and do my best to explain it well. It's very important to understand each piece and how all the pieces fit together. So anyway, quick update on Antarctica. Beware, be on guard, because these powers that be, they want to pull their false flag, but we can't let it happen. So it's up to us to become conscious and to share that consciousness. Done.